what happens if you mix flat earth videos with a young impressionable mind.
Today's video is going to be
I've run out of ideas.
So I'm going to be looking into the conspiracy of the earth being flat because I've got nothing better to do on my Friday night.
And I'm pleased to announce that today's video is brought to you by, well, just me, because I can't get anyone to sponsor me.
Go nuts on my nuts.
Yeah, I'm watching you. Hello, Blinder Gang. Because that's what you are. You're the Blinder Gang. Because I'm the Creaky Blinder, and you watch me. And welcome to another episode of Playing a Blinder. Now, I've made it abundantly clear in many, many videos that the biggest problem I've got with flat earthers is that they can influence young, impressionable minds. And today's video perfectly illustrates that.
If you haven't seen my face before, I make awful content, so please subscribe to that and we can make jokes about it in the future.
Tempting, but no, you're okay. I think I'll give it a miss. But while we're on the subject of subscribing, if you're not subscribed to me, do it now. Go on, I'll wait.
Today's video is going to be, I've run out of ideas, so I'm going to be looking into the conspiracy of the earth being flat.
Well, running out of ideas of videos to make and being bored on a Friday night seem like just as good a reason as any to me. Yeah, this is really hard. I'm doing my best.
Just a disclaimer, not to make you think the earth is flat or to trick you. Just some information that I found out and I was really interested about, and I thought I'd share it with you guys.
And where, pray tell, did you find this information? It was on YouTube, wasn't it? It was.
This whole video is basically a redo of Shane Dawson's one.
Oh, Shane Dawson's got loads of conspiracy theory videos. Can't you be a little bit more specific? Which one is it? Oh, well, I guess we'll just have to watch with you to find out, won't we?
I was watching it and then I didn't believe it at first, and then I watched it again and then I was like, oh, actually this actually kind of makes sense, like why people would believe it, so that's why I'm sharing it with you guys. If you guys don't like it, you guys don't like it, but I found it interesting.
Now, for those of you who are not aware, Shane Dawson is a creator on this platform. He's been on here since 2005. His channel's got over 5 billion views, yet billion with a B. And he's got 23.2 million subscribers, and his channel is literally flooded with conspiracy videos, and his core audience is young kids. I'm a little bit reluctant to say too many bad things about Shane Dawson because he's very friendly with Jeffree Star, and Jeffree Star terrifies me.
So, the first bit of information that I've got. So, the average man or woman, not being sexist, is about 6 foot tall. So that means that they can see about 5 kilometres around them, 30 miles. So how come, when you're up in a plane, high up in the air, thousands of feet, loads taller, and the earth's not that big in comparison to that, how come you can't see a curve?
Well, that's simple. You're just not high enough. It's hard to see the Earth's curvature from an aeroplane which flies at 7 miles high. That's the typical cruising altitude. But if, for example, you were to increase that height, say to 250 miles, which is where the ISS is, then the line of sight is much bigger. From an aircraft cruising at 7 miles high, you can only see about 3.4 degrees of the Earth's surface. But from the ISS at 250 miles high, you can see the line of sight is 1,435 miles, or 19.8 degrees of the Earth's surface. So obviously, the higher you go, the easier it is to see the curve.
Thousands of feet in the air and nothing, just absolutely flat. And I will put a photo in right now about the trip that I had from Edinburgh to London. So we were high up and you literally cannot see anything, it's just flat, what the hell.
And there's your first fail, because that photograph looks as if it was taken during takeoff to me, plus the horizon is obscured by the weather, by the clouds, so fail number 1.
Another bit of information about conspiracy of why the Earth is flat. I saw a thing on the telly, and it was like, so the Earth's like spinning at like thousands of miles per hour, like spinning around the sun, so we can make it round there in like 365. Is that the sun? Yeah, because it means 28 days. So it's like spinning around.
Spinning maybe a little bit of a stretch. It's actually rotating. I think that would be a more accurate description. But it rotates once every 24 hours. And it's not thousands of miles an hour. It's 1,000 miles an hour. And when you consider that the Earth is just over 40,000 kilometers around, even though 1,000 miles an hour does sound fast, and it is, when you combine the scale or the size of the Earth to that figure, one rotation in 24 hours isn't actually that fast. And that's why nothing is falling off or flying off. Plus, we've got this thing called gravity.
And we're spinning so fast right now, but everything's still the same. No houses are falling down. Well, not from like the Earth spinning around. No houses are spinning. The water's not dropping off. When you're in Australia, you're not going to fall off the Earth. That just really doesn't make sense to me. Like, why is that? Because we're spinning, but gravity pulls us into the centre, but we can't feel anything. And if you look up in the sky, you don't feel like you're spinning. The clouds are moving, but that means we're moving, but just doesn't make sense, to be honest. Like,
well, there's actually no like about it. It's really, really simple. And if you put this much effort into researching Shane Dawson's video, it's a pity that you didn't put the effort into looking this up for yourself. We feel acceleration and deceleration, but if the motion is constant, we don't feel it. Like, for example, if you're on a train traveling at 125 miles an hour, you can get up and walk to the back of the train to use the toilet, and you don't suddenly fly along. But if that train has to slam on its brakes, you'd feel that, because there would be a rapid decrease in the speed, deceleration.
If anyone knows it, any of these questions, any of these answers, let me know in the comments, because
Well, because putting it bluntly, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I just can't be asked to look it up myself.
it just sort of messes with my head a little bit. Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah.
Actually, yes, I do know what you mean. I know exactly what you mean. And this is why it messes with your head. Because when flat earthers, like Individual Perspective IP here, see a young person posting a flat earth video,
they start rubbing their hands together because they've just found a new recruit.
And this is what he had to say underneath this young girl's video. Good on you for asking the pertinent question. The horizon, as you well notice, was always at eye level. On a ball 24,000 miles in circumference, that's not possible. There's a million reasons, but I guess it's for you to find out. Which roughly translates to he has absolutely no clue how to explain it, but anyway, I'll go on. Oh, and ignore the trolls, and always remember bodies of waters can't bend. And interestingly enough, and I'm not going to provide a link to this young girl's channel because she's a young girl, but if you take a look at IP Perspective's channel, the very first video you click on his channel, you'll recognize the dulcet tones of Dell. And then we have another comment from a much more sensible individual called Test, and he attempts to explain to this young girl why there are so many things wrong with what she's saying in the video. But that's closely followed up with this reply, again from Individual Perspective IP. Like I said, watch out for trolls. What they don't tell you is any globe map is constructed using planar geometric principles, and they project them onto a ball. But they don't want you to know it's a mathematical construct and not a physical representation. They are not as clever as they think they are. But when you have industries worth billions, these charlatans will do anything to keep people ignorant and dumb. The Earth is a demonstrable plane, and these idiots can do nothing but show cartoons and chat shit. And the sad part is, she replies thanking him.
Yes. So it was a flight from Philippines to Los Angeles, so quite direct really. And then a woman on this flight broke her water and they had to put an emergency landing in, but they stopped at the Philippines.
They didn't stop at the
doesn't make
Philippines,
sense
they did
whatsoever
actually stop
if you
at
put it on
Alaska.
like a round earth map thing. But if you put it on a flat earth map, it literally makes perfect sense. It like stops right in between. I'll show you the screenshots of the photos because it just mind blows me. Yeah.
And to be fair, that blew my mind as well. Where exactly do you think Alaska is? And again, and I know I repeat myself, but I will repeat myself repeatedly. The flight time from the Philippines to LA is 12 hours and 40 minutes. The flight time from the Philippines to Alaska is 11 hours and 5 minutes. So one is shorter than the other. So in an emergency situation, aeroplanes always look for the airport that they can reach the most quickly. Where do you think Alaska is? You've heard the word Alaska, seen a flat earth map with a big snowy blob in the middle, and just assumed that's Alaska. Oh dear.
Literally doesn't make sense, that photo.
Just that photo? Well, at least we agree on one part of this, I suppose. But in fairness, none of this makes any sense if you bothered to take the time to look it up for yourself.
If this does get uploaded, thank you for watching. Didn't know that it was going to, and I was just filming it for the jokes.
Ah, now I feel silly. Think about it like this. We've all been there. We've all been young and easily influenced. We've all believed things that we've seen online. Well, some of us more than others, admittedly. But I literally weep for this girl's sanity. If she is this easily influenced, she is a prime candidate for falling down the flat earth rabbit hole. And it's really sad. Now, I know I make a lot of jokes. Well, I think they're jokes anyway, and some people seem to laugh. But there's really nothing funny about this at all. Tidy! If it is your first time here, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, give the video a like, turn on bell notifications. I'm the Creaky Blinder. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And I will see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.